Michael Burry, who is the hedge fund manager depicted by Christian Bale in the movie The Big Short, has been aggressively investing during this market downturn. Looking at Burry's latest 13F filing for the first quarter of 2022 shows a broad range of new investments and some interesting strategic moves with options. What's interesting is that this is a significant shift from the previous quarter when Burry was selling most of his stock portfolio and calling for the mother of all crashes. However, Burry is still not exactly bullish on the overall market. He recently issued a serious warning about inflation. Burry tweeted, "Transitory? No. Peak? No. To the moon? If you mean a cold, dark place." But regardless of his ominous tweets, Burry seeks pockets of opportunities. Burry has been betting on big tech with large purchases of tech and growth stocks that have been out of favor. The list includes Meta Platforms, Google or Alphabet, and Booking.com. But what got my attention was Burry's position regarding Apple. Although Burry has bought plenty of tech stocks this quarter, he may not be optimistic about the whole sector. Within Burry's 13F filing was a huge short bet against Apple. In it, he reported 206,000 put options on Apple shares as of the end of the first quarter. The notional value of this bet is roughly $28 million. What's surprising is that one of the world's most famous short sellers is targeting one of the world's most valuable companies. Apple has lost roughly about 18% of its value this year. Supply chain disruptions in China, coupled with weakening consumer buying power, could impact Apple. The stock is still trading at a relatively high valuation and may have more downside to go, and I'm sure that's what Burry is betting on. So let's take a look at the charts. And we're now looking at a 20-year monthly chart on Apple, and the symbol is AAPL. For disclosure purposes, I don't hold any positions, positive or negative, on Apple at this time. Now, going back, this is a great chart all the way through here into late 2021, early 2022. Subsequent to that, we've been heading on down like most other tech stocks. We just came right through the 20 EMA, and we're wondering, are we going to go all the way down to the 50 EMA? Well, we don't really know at this time, but let's take a look at the oscillators and see what they show. Volume, not going to show us too much here, but certainly the MAC looks like it might. As you can see here, we had this top, it rolled over, and then the fast line, the black line, sliced through the slow line or the red line. We're very elevated. We have a separation there between the slow line and the fast line here, and there doesn't look like any bottoming or basing at this time. So I think there is more downside to go, at least some sideways trading. Now, looking at some of the previous downturns, you can see, say, here, back here, and here, these took plenty of time to bottom and base and then head back up. We don't even have any sign of a bottoming or basing yet, so I think there's still plenty of time for downside with Apple. Moving here into the histogram, you can see this plunge, boom, very sharp, very fast, very steep. So that's not going to necessarily bottom out and head up immediately, certainly with all the headwinds we have in front of us now. Price rate of change, same thing. Separation between the slow line there and the fast line here, heading down fast. We are getting near that zero line. Seems that we've bottomed out near that zero line here, here, and here, just slightly under the zero line. Perhaps we'll do that again, which means there still is more time on the downside. Now, into the RSI, we're already below that 50 or midline, and it did spend some time below there, here, here and certainly back in 2008, 2009. So that definitely is another target for this downturn. Perhaps this level here and maybe as low as this level here. So we could head on down. I think this is the 30 level right here. I think we'll head further down. We're at 42.19, so we have a bit more to go. Into the stochastics, pretty much the same thing there, heading down to that 50 or midline, definitely falling from that overbought territory. Moving on down, I think we'll go below that midline. Into the Williams, you can see pretty much the same thing. The Williams is headed down. It's in that oversold territory right now, but is it going to be a sharp move back on up? I kind of doubt it. It's possible, but I think the probabilities are that we may spend a little time down here, maybe not all the way below that negative 80, but certainly in the levels below negative 50. So more time on the downside there, I think, is the greatest probability. Moving back up here to the price chart, one last look, and even the price chart, I think it's pretty clear that we definitely have some at least volatility and more downside. And so for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.